Now, I understand that President Musharraf has his own challenges, but let me make this clear. There are terrorists holed up in those mountains who murdered 3,000 Americans. They are plotting to strike again. It was a terrible mistake to fail to act when we had a chance to take out an al-Qaeda leadership meeting in 2005. If we have actionable intelligence about high-value terrorist targets and President Musharraf will not act, we will. And Pakistan needs more than F-16s to combat extremism. As the Pakistani government increases investment in secular education to counter radical madrasas, my administration will increase America's commitment. We must help Pakistan invest in the provinces along the Afghan border so that extremist programs of hate are met with programs of hope. And we must not turn a blind eye to elections that are neither free nor fair. Our goal is not simply an ally in Pakistan, it is a democratic ally. Beyond Pakistan, there's a core of terrorists, probably in the tens of thousands, who have made their choice to attack America. So the second step in my strategy will be to build our capacity and our partnership to track down, capture, or kill terrorists around the world, and to deny them the world's most dangerous weapons. I will not hesitate to use military force to take out terrorists who pose a direct threat to America. And this requires a broad set of capabilities as outlined in the Army and Marine Corps' new counterinsurgency manual. I'll ensure that our military becomes more stealth, agile, and lethal in its ability to capture or kill terrorists. We need to recruit, train, and equip our armed forces to better target terrorists and to help foreign militaries to do the same. This has to include a program to bolster our ability to speak different languages, understand different cultures, and coordinate complex missions with our civilian agencies. To succeed, we must improve our civilian capacity. The finest military in the world is adapting to the challenges of the 21st century, but it cannot counter insurgent and terrorist threats without civilian counterparts who can carry out economic and political reconstruction missions, sometimes in dangerous places. As President, I will strengthen these civilian capabilities, recruiting our best and brightest to take on this challenge. I'll increase both the number and capabilities of our diplomats, development experts, and other civilians who can work alongside our military. We can't just say there is no military solution to the problems unless we actually have other approaches. We need to integrate all aspects of American military power. One component of this integrated approach will be a new mobile development team that brings together personnel from State Department, the Pentagon, and USAID. These teams will work with civil society and local governments to make an immediate impact on people's lives and to turn the tide against extremism. Where people are most vulnerable, where the light of hope has grown dark, and where we are in a position to make real differences in advancing security and opportunity, that is where these teams will go. I'll also strengthen our intelligence. This is about more than an organizational chart. We need leadership that forces our agencies to share information and leadership that never, ever twists the facts to support bad policies. But we also have to build our capacity to better collect and analyze information and to carry out operations to disrupt terrorist plots and break up terrorist networks. This cannot just be an American mission. Al-Qaeda and its allies operate in nearly 100 countries. The United States cannot steal every secret, penetrate every cell, act on every tip, or track down every terrorist by itself, nor should we have to do this by ourselves. This is not just about our security, it's about the common security of all the world. As President, I will create a shared security partnership program to forge an international intelligence and law enforcement infrastructure to take down terrorist networks from the remotest islands of Indonesia to the sprawling cities of Africa. This program will provide $5 billion over 3 years for counterterrorism cooperation with countries around the world, including information sharing, funding for training operations, border security, anti-corruption programs, technology, and targeting terrorist financing. And this effort will focus on helping our partners succeed without repressive tactics, because brutality breeds terror. It does not defeat it. We must also do more to safeguard the world's most dangerous weapons. This is something that I've spoken about extensively before. We know Al-Qaeda seeks a nuclear weapon. We know they would not hesitate to use one. Yet there's still about 50 tons of highly enriched uranium, some of it poorly secured, at civilian nuclear facilities in over 40 countries. There are still about 15,000 to 16,000 nuclear weapons and stockpiles of uranium and plutonium scattered across 11 time zones in the former Soviet Union. That's why I worked in the Senate with Republican Senator Dick Lugar to pass a law that would help the United States and our allies detect and stop the smuggling of weapons of mass destruction. That's why I'm introducing a bill with Chuck Hagel that seeks to prevent nuclear terrorism, reduce global nuclear arsenals, and stop the spread of nuclear weapons.